Good day, viewers. My name is Uka'S. In today's talk on Uka'S beef, I'm looking at the lessons from the Ebola epidemic. Before we go on to the lessons, shall we look at the source of Ebola? Though there are different hypotheses on the source. One Western scientists saying that it originated from the Great Lakes, or meat issue in Africa. The other one from still Americans too. That is a biological experiment, as in a biological weapon that originated from the American laboratories. There was even proof on patents to that. But I should say, let's leave it to a bigger debate in audience, but other different audience. But what we should know is that there's no secret beyond the sun. Posterity will definitely unfold the source of the Ebola. But what are the lessons for this Ebola epidemic that have ravaged West Africa and even killed beyond Africa? And someone has died in the States. It's here in Europe, though in a very controlled way. There have been reported cases in Spain and one or two other places. But it's under control here, unlike what is going on in West Africa. But we've been looking forward to God and concerted efforts from kind people all around the world trying to contain it. Latest development is that there's positive notes in the efforts to control it, especially in Liberia and in Sierra Leone. But we still need more effort. We still need the human race to make contributions on genuine channels that are working hard. We thank volunteers from across the world, many Westerners and Africans. They've raced to these affected areas to help out. We thank charities that have provided time, resources, material and human, to make sure that humanity retains its dignity. We even thank government, the British government, for setting up mobile hospitals. President Obama sent in Marines in Liberia. The Nigerian government sent in volunteers too after tackling theirs. We thank God that the Nigerian government put up a concerted effort, if they can really extend these measures in other sectors of the life in the country, I think things will be better. So what are the lessons from this Ebola? The lessons from this Ebola, first, from the government. We saw what happened when Patrick Sawyer, the American librarian, came into Nigeria with Ebola and tried to spread it. How panic almost ran through the veins of the government and the people of Nigeria. And efforts were put up to get experimental drugs from America. And what happened? They refused. And what does that mean? It means that you are on your own. It looks like occasions when someone thinks he has friends and you run into problem, only to discover that the friends you've been boasting of are fair weather friends. So it shows that African government should brace up. And when I say African government, I mean Africans should brace up, put more pressure on the government. Good thing, democracy has spread everywhere. People are now gaining their voice. They've regained their voice, in the scheme of things. there's revolution here and there. At least the Uka'S have asserted their right by removing that dictator that killed his friend. Such thing can happen in other countries across Africa. If we can get involved in governance, I think people will be deciding how the state is run, how efforts will be put up, to bring more good things to the people. One of the problems we do have is that most people are not interested in how they are being governed. And when these interests are lack, you see charlatans running the state, running it like fiefdoms and doing whatever they like. So it is high time we get involved in governance so that the best can come. So government should really be more assertive in research, investing in hospitals. We need to be prepared. Like at least one thing this Ebola has put up or given us, it can serve as a model for fighting greater threats for humans. It can really serve as a model for the future. There have been epidemics in the past, but I think this one has really taught Africans lessons. Not only Africans at home, but in the diaspora. It's time Africans in the diaspora get involved in the act of governance at home, taking back their ideas, what they've learned back home, through investments, through contributions of their ideas, and through philanthropic activities. It's important we do this. We need to invest in hospitals. There need to be more hospitals, trained personnel, nurses, medics. Then, like the Nigeria put up their efforts to stamp out Ebola in the country, protective measures, gears, cleanliness in schools, and every other public places. It's important. Not only government agencies, but the private sector too. These things should be inculcated into the minds and consciousness of not only Africans, but all, particularly the developing world. I think the issue of cleanliness, the issue of investing in hospitals, investing in human skills, especially on the medical side, it's necessary to forestall such epidemics in the future. And another thing I want to point out is research. The need for research. There's need for research. Looking at what happened to Nigeria when they requested for assistance on Ebola drugs and they were turned down. It says a lot. It says a lot that it's time we start investing in research. There are hundreds of universities or college of tertiary colleges scattered around the country and thousands are around Africa. I don't know what these colleges are doing. There's need for research. Let me cite an example with Nigerian universities. Nigerian universities has turned to what we call local governments, whereby large sums of money are allocated to the universities and they shy away from research. It's not as it used to be. There's need for government to look into what's happening in these universities and encourage research. Students should be rewarded, teachers should be rewarded, researchers should be rewarded, not only in medical researches, but other spheres of this life, If research are encouraged, I think we will depend less on foreign aid. We will depend less on foreign gifts. We will depend less on the West. We can't be waiting for Westerners to come and rescue us at every little thing. If it doesn't come from London or the US, people will die. It's a shameful thing. So I think research should be encouraged. The universities should be looked into, and centers of research opened up, not only by government but by members of the private sector. People abroad should invest into that too. So the Ebola epidemic has really delivered lessons for Africans that they need to brace up and get more serious and prepare for emergencies. So once more, I thank volunteers that have risked their life to save others. This is the highest form of work of mercy, trying to save others while risking your life. So they will be rewarded, and I bless them for doing that. We thank all those who have done a lot to help victims of this Ebola, and those who died from this outbreak. May their soul rest in peace. So my talk today is that we should really brace up for future emergencies. Ebola has really taught us a lesson, and we thank God that it's being controlled today. It's me again, Uka'S, the editor of Africa World newspaper. Thank you for listening to me today, and God bless you.